Sawadee Cup and welcome to another episode for the Funkit Pod. And it's Catcast time, the time of the week where we talk about all things cats, what happened to my cats, your cats, answering questions about cats, training cats, and whatnot. This is all based on experience, of course. So I'm not a certified cat trainer or a vet or anything. So if there are any questions about health, I can give answers from experience, but please do consult a vet or so if there are some serious questions about health and so on, of course. Okay, this week in cats, right? And I'm smiling because this past week was actually a fun week with the cats. It was kind of cool. We took them to lots of places. It was a long weekend here in Bangkok, like a really long weekend from Thursday to Sunday, which was nice. So 4-day weekend. This should be the norm, by the way. And so we took the cats. Where did we take the cats? Actually, we took them to different places. There's a community space here with for restaurants, mostly takeaway, but like community space where you can just sit in the middle. Got like 2 floors and so on. So we took them there, for example, in the morning. And because it's a long weekend, most people were gone out of Bangkok to travel somewhere. So it was quite empty. Like we went there when they opened at, I think, 10. I think most shops open at 11. We should open sooner, by the way. So we went there, got a milkshake or so, then just sat around, took a few pictures with them, and people were like, "Oh, that's so cute!" I know. My cats are awesome. Then we just sat around, and there's in this community space, there's a pool downstairs, but just like for photo ops, right? It's like no one's swimming in there. It's you could maybe dangle your feet in there or so. It's a very narrow pool, but then that's it. There's some floaties swimming in there, but that's it. So we just chilled there a little bit. The cats like looking at water and almost touching it, but not really touching it. If the water is calm, they would jump in there, maybe would play with it, depending on whether or not there are many people. But then too many people came, and then it got a bit noisy then around lunchtime. So then they didn't play with it, but it was kind of nice. I think the cutest thing was I had Spooky standing next to the pool, like on the edge. She was looking, and it got crowded. Lots of people came in, and she wasn't comfortable anymore. And then she looks at me, and I look at her. She looks at me. I'm like, yeah, okay, come. And then she just jumped on me and just walk up, basically climb up my body, and just to sit on my shoulder. I'm like, you'll always be my little girl, even though you're over 2 years now, almost 2.5 years now, but you're still my little girl, so of course you can do that. Getting a bit heavy now, though, to be honest. Getting a bit heavy now. I carry it around in a backpack. I always have a backpack with me just in case she needs a safe space. Same for Snooze, the other cat. So if they need a safe space, they just jump into the backpack and then it's all good. So getting a bit heavy now with 2.5 years. That was fun. Then the next day we took them. Where else did we take them actually? We took them to there's a weekend market here, which is it's not pet friendly per se, but it's also not prohibited. I think if you would take your dog, they would probably say something, but we had him I put him in the backpack, so it's just like carrying a backpack. So it's not like the cats running around. And when we came to the more quiet part of that weekend market, because some parts are really busy with all the cheap clothes and stuff. So then I have them in the backpack so they can chill. They like to look around like this then. But then in the more quiet areas, more the artsy area where there are paintings and artists sitting there and stuff, it's more quiet, not as many people there. And then I just took him again out on my shoulder, just looking around, totally enjoyed it. In this case, Snooze, you can see a picture on Instagram. Snooze is out there enjoying it. And then when people come close, I'm like, let me touch you. She's okay, but she's like, I don't really like it. So she doesn't bite or anything, but she's like, eh. And then when it's too much, she just jumped from my shoulder, I was carrying the backpack in my hand. She just walks from my shoulder down over my body into the backpack, like, hey, Dad, carry me around now. Sure, Snooze, no problem. So very chill, no problem. That was also fun. And then the last thing we did on this long weekend was taking them to a park here. Park and recreation was my caption for Instagram. No one found it funny. I thought it was hilarious. Took both there again, went in there. Again, not necessarily pet friendly. I again think they probably wouldn't let you go in with dogs for some reason. Again, had them in a backpack, just walked in, didn't really ask anyone. But given that there are wild cats in the park, and those wild cats actually have their own Instagram, cats of that park, I figured, why not? And if we had them on a leash, so it's not like they're just running around. So we had them on a leash, or just picnicking a little bit, had them walk around a little bit. Not like they're running around everywhere anyways. They don't go far away from us anyways. So it was kind of fun. They enjoyed it. Afterwards, we went home after like 2 hours or so, 2.5, and then they just passed out like kids that are tired after a day out in the wild, which was kind of nice. Snooze is still sleeping the whole day today. Must have been really exhausting. So yeah, that was fun. Okay, so that's what happened this week with cats. Now I got a few questions, actually, because I posted some of the pictures on Facebook, Instagram, and so on, and then I got a few questions like, how did you do that? What's the tricks and so on? So the trick is that you start early on. You start early on to take your cats out. First thing you do when you get a cat, adopt, don't shop. If you adopt a cat, either you check some Facebook groups, for example, for pet adoption, which are in Thailand. There are many of those, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's necessary. Or you go to like organizations here in Bangkok. It's PAWS is the biggest one. PAWS, PAWS, Bangkok, that take care of cats and also have like adoption events and so on, and take care of the cats before you adopt them, which is nice. One of my friends actually just adopted a cat there. Good on you. So you can go there. So then, what I would suggest, as soon as you get a cat, you do all the necessary things, of course. Check out with the vet, all those things, get the right food, blah blah. Get a leash right away. Get like a tiny leash, because hopefully your cat is. I guess your cat is still small when you get the cat. So get a small leash and just take her out every day. Every day you just walk. If it's just 5 minutes, but just take her out, walk. If you go to 7-Eleven, take her with you. Buy a backpack, put it in a backpack, because sometimes they won't let you take her in on your shoulder or something. So put it in a backpack, no problem. Take her with you wherever you go. If you drive somewhere, put them in the car. Gonna get used to the car in no time. They're gonna like it. Like my cats love being in the car. They like chilling there. They like looking out, seeing stuff fly by. Like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. As soon as you go somewhere, take them. That's the only trick. Take them. Just take the time out of your day and make it a thing. That A, take them wherever you go, and B, if you don't go anywhere, just take them out. Take them for a walk. Go 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes every day in the evening after dinner. Go on a walk. For a while, I lived in a place where I didn't have a balcony and no garden or anything. I still took them on a walk. Like I found some alleys that are with less traffic, with more quiet. We just walked there. We even found some wild cats to play with there. And they actually made like frenemies. So they played with and they fought and they played and so on. So just a little bit of effort is necessary, but then they're going to be super cool. Okay, so that's the only trick I can share here. Okay, so that's been our weekend cats so far. It was really fun actually taking them to so many places. Oh, by the way, so a few times we took a car to go somewhere. For example, to the park, we went by car, which they like. To the community space or that market, we took like an electronic tuk-tuk, which are a thing here now in Bangkok, which is like Uber or Grab. You can just call them with an app. So it's quite easy to take your cats in there as well, like in the backpack, of course. So there's no trouble with like them being on the seats or whatnot. And it's just a 10-minute ride or something. But then usually I open a backpack and they just look out and look around when they're in the tuk-tuk. So also no problem doing this, for example. All right, so that's enough for this weekend cats though. Again, if there are any questions, shout out, email funkitpod@gmail.com, on social media @funkitpod. Website is catparents.org, catparents.org for tips, tricks, and all those things. Let me know what you did with your cats. Anything happened? Did you take them somewhere? Did you go on a trip? Any questions? Shout out in the comments. Can't wait to talk all things cats. One of my favorite topics each week, as you know, so looking forward to that. Until then, stay safe, take care, like, share, subscribe, rate this podcast, and we'll talk soon. Sawadee Cup.